A multi-vehicle crash near Merrick Park in Buffalo County led to several injuries. According to a report from the Wisconsin State Patrol, there was a 5-vehicle crash yesterday afternoon on Highway 35 just north of Fountain City. State Patrol believes a vehicle crossed the center line and hit an oncoming vehicle head-on. That caused 3 other vehicles to crash. 6 people were injured. 2 people were airlifted by helicopter to area hospitals. Representative Van Orden has introduced a new bill to improve access to federal infrastructure funding for rural communities. Van Orden and 3 other congressmen introduced the bipartisan Protecting Infrastructure Investments for Rural America. The legislation would remove barriers for rural communities to apply for and get funding under the Rural Grant Program. In a statement, Van Orden said, quote, "Wisconsin farmers, workers, and families deserve to get from point A to point B safely." One top Wisconsin Republican is looking further into impeachment for the state's newest liberal Supreme Court justice. Assembly Leader Robin Vos is creating a panel of former state Supreme Court justices to review impeachment criteria. Vos and other Republicans are hoping to oust Justice Janet Protasiewicz over comments she made about redistricting during her campaign. Republicans want Protasiewicz to rescue herself from 2 redistricting cases that seek to overturn GOP-drawn maps. They argue she can't judge the cases fairly because of her campaign comments. Vos's impeachment criteria panel will consist of 3 former Wisconsin Supreme Court justices. Vos says he will not name the justices until after their work is done. In 1 week, the Wisconsin State Legislature will go into a special session to address childcare. Before that meeting, Governor Tony Evers has launched a survey asking all 132 state legislators to take public positions on the governor's proposed childcare ban. Questions will ask whether lawmakers support investments to expand paid family leave and increase access to affordable childcare. In a statement, Wisconsin Senator Majority Leader Devin LeMahieu said, "This was Evers playing political games." Fall is just around the corner, and that means a future of raking leaves. To help make the La Crosse community more sustainable, the Parks Department is encouraging residents to mulch their leaves. According to a release by the Parks Department, mulching leaves benefits the environment. Worms are able to break down the leaves and return nutrients to the soil. It also decreases the amount of weeds in your yard because the leaf pieces fall in the bare spaces between the grass, preventing weed growth. If you'd like to take part in the sustainable initiative, you can register with the Parks Department. And just in time for Oktoberfest, the world's largest six-pack is getting a makeover. Over at La Crosse City Brewery, new wraps are being put on the six-pack. The wraps feature the Heileman's old-style logo. There are also illustrations of the brewing process and people enjoying the drink. These new wraps are a precursor to the return of Old Style being brewed at the City Brewery. The classic lager originated in La Crosse. The Pump House in downtown La Crosse is hosting a Mexican art collective. The exhibit showcases the work of more than 20 artists. The group was formed in 2020, with this being the first time the exhibit has been presented in La Crosse. A variety of art will be showcased, including traditional and contemporary styles. Director of the Mexican Folk Art Collective, Gabriela Marvan, says the exhibit showcases more than just art.
This exhibition is unique because showcases also not only the art, but also part of our traditions and our culture. So it goes beyond that. It's part of our identity. So we are very grateful with the Pump House to give us this opportunity.
The artist reception presentation will be on Friday, October 6th from 6:30 p.m. to 8 p.m. at the La Crosse Pump House. PBS Wisconsin is hosting a free picnic to celebrate La Crosse native George Pogue today. The free event will be held from 5 to 7 p.m. at Pogue Park on La Crosse's south side. Free food will be provided from Press Break. The La Crosse Public Library and the Center Seven Rivers LGBTQ+ will also be hosted yard games and other activities. Attendees are asked to RSVP before the event.
All right, here's a check on your planner for today. Temperatures are in the 30s and 40s to start, but will warm up into the 50s by 9 o'clock, followed by the 60s at 11. I'm looking at highs today into the 70s with lots of sunshine and overall a seasonable day here with the south wind at 5 to 10 miles an hour. Your forecast over the next 8 days looks like this, with a chance of showers for tomorrow thanks to a cold front moving through, a couple of lingering showers and maybe a couple of storms possible on Saturday. Sunday, we dry out and mix the sun and clouds in the forecast for much of next week with highs in the 70s. So feeling nice out there. You know, we could take some more rain, Michael. We're in a pretty bad drought after all, but I think, you know, we'll benefit from some of those chances of rain tomorrow and Saturday. And then really just enjoy if you have any outdoor plans here over the next several days after that.
Yeah, absolutely. Ton of fall festives to do around this time of the year.
Oh, absolutely.
Love the weather, love wearing flannels.
I know, yeah. Plus we got, you know, people are breaking out the fall, you know, clothes and stuff like that,
yeah.
kind of matching almost with what the trees are doing,
yeah.
and the leaves are doing, so yeah.
It was so hot this summer, the temperature all of a sudden just really feeling like fall.
Yeah, finally, right?
Finally.
We finally feel like September, so.
Yeah. Well, thank you for watching News 8 Now. Don't forget to keep up with the news of the day on news8000.com, and we'll have the latest updates on today's stories on news8now.com.